Razabani for FightHype.com. With me, I've got world-renowned promoter Richard Schaefer back in the UK. How are you, Richard?
Happy to be here. Very well, thank you.
You're obviously coming to show some support. Obviously, your good friend as well known as David Haye, amongst many others that I've just seen you meeting now.
Yes.
He's up against a big test on Saturday night in Tony Bellew. And David, when I spoke to him as well, he said that if I lose, I'm certainly going to walk away, or if I win and it's not a performance that I accept, I will walk away. So there's a lot of pressure on David, isn't there?
It's a lot of pressure, and I think he really wants to see how he feels in the ring, first and foremost. Of course, a win is crucial at this point in his career, but he wants us to feel, he wants to see how does he feel, how does his body react, and he had a great training camp, so he's ready to go. No issues, no injuries, nothing, so he feels very strong, very good. And I think the first time, beside the injury he suffered in the ring, but I think in a way he underestimated Tony Bellew as well. And that's always the danger, you know, when you go into a fight as an overwhelming favorite, that you sort of like underestimate the opponent a bit, and you maybe take a step, you know, to train an hour less or run a mile less, and before you know, fights which you're supposed to win by a wide margin get very close, and sometimes you lose them, as we've seen in the first fight. But you know, it really comes down to what does David has left, and I think he is in the best shape he can be, and I know so is Bellew, because Bellew wants to prove that the first fight was not just a fluke. He didn't win it just because of David's injury, but he won it because he's the better man. That's what he wants to prove to himself and the world. So this is an excellent, fascinating, exciting matchup.
Obviously, David made, after that loss, he went and made some significant changes within his team. Most known as bringing Ismail Salas as his coach. He obviously went and brought in Ruben Tavares, who's his strength and conditioning and dietitianist as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of changes for David Haye that he's made.
Yeah, it's really amazing. You know, sometimes you think like a fighter, particularly a fighter who is a bit older like David is, to make a trainer change that late on, does that really help you? But I have to tell you, I've seen numerous times how well Ismail Salas and David Haye mash in the ring, how well they get along, and how David is learning again. And it's amazing, you know, for a fighter who's been heavyweight champion of the world to be able to learn again. And I think that's what it is. That is what keeps David excited to go to the gym, because he knows he can learn again. And they have an amazing bond. And I can't wait for the fight, because I think that bond between fighter and trainer is going to come across. And David really listens and trusts Salas. And Salas is somebody who has a lot of experience, having been the coach of the legendary La Finca in Havana, Cuba, the legendary Cuban school of boxing, where he trained many later on Olympic gold medalists and some greats, including heavyweight great Stevenson, you know. So you know, this is a special bond. So I think it really works in David's favor. It got David totally motivated again.